Magandang hapon, Malacanang Press Corps. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate you joining us as we share the key directives and decisions made during the recent 5th National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict, or NTF-ELCAC Executive Committee meeting, chaired by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. today, April 4. Today's press conference is to provide insights into the directives outlined by President Marcos during the aforementioned meeting, which are aimed at furthering the efforts to end local communist armed conflict in our nation. To discuss what transpired during the meeting, we have with us today National Security Advisor, Secretary Eduardo M. Año, Executive Director of the NTF-ELCAC, USEC Ernesto C. Torres Jr., Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr., Presidential Advisor for Peace, Reconciliation, and Unity, and Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff, General Romeo S. Bronner Jr. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Okay, we begin with Secretary Año, sir.
Thank you, Daphne. Magandang hapon sa ating lahat. The NTF-ELCAC is pleased to report the results of the 5th EXICOM meeting of the NTF-ELCAC. The President has directed the immediate implementation of the Amnesty program for the remaining members of the CPP, NPA, NDF, since Congress has already concurred with the proclamation. I am joined today by Secretary Charlie Galvez, who will give us the details of the Amnesty program. The President has also reiterated his directive made last year for government agencies to activate their respective project development office for the implementation of NTF-ELCAC projects in their respective agencies. He asked the DILG to share the template of the DILG EO70 localization PMO to all national government agencies for their reference. The Barangay Development Program, or BDP, was established with the end goal of bringing development to conflict-affected communities. Since the program's inception, a total of 30.4 billion pesos have been allocated to benefit some 4,501 barangays nationwide that were cleared of NPA influence. However, under the 2024 General Appropriations Act, only a total of 2.6 billion or 2.5 million per barangay was appropriated. The President said that the 2.5 million per barangay is small. He said, "We have to do more, we have to do better than that, and we will try to reach 10 million per barangay." The President has directed the Cabinet to increase the financial support to the 846 BDP barangays for 2024. He tasked the DBM to allow the 846 barangays to access the FALGU, or the Financial Assistance to LGU, so that the requirements for farm-to-market roads and water system and sanitation can immediately be funded this year. The DILG and the DBM will crunch the numbers and work out the immediate implementation of the President's directive. The President also directed the NTF-ELCAC to propose specific programs and projects for continuous implementation of projects for the 5,430 barangays that have been part of the BDP program since its inception. The President also directed the Cabinet to study the proposed 2024 to 2028 NTF-ELCAC roadmap. He directed the OPAPRO and the DND to submit their comments which seeks to institutionalize the NTF-ELCAC's transformation program for combatants, their families, and barangays. Under the proposed roadmap, the NTF-ELCAC has crafted a roadmap to ensure a path to unity, peace, and development during the term of the Marcos administration. The roadmap has two tracks. Track 1 addresses the primary issues and root causes of the communist armed conflict, emerge strong and dynamic communities, and institutionalize peace and development initiatives. Track 2 ensures that former rebels are fully mainstream to contribute to nation building. Communities are empowered to resolve issues through a consultative decision-making process, and all sectors are united to resist threats of terrorism. The roadmap will significantly contribute to the President's Philippine Development Plan 2023 to 2028, notably Chapter 13, Philippine Development Plan 2023 to 2038, notably Chapter 13, ensure peace and security and administration of justice. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary Año. Next, we have Undersecretary Torres.
Good afternoon, friends from the media. We would be giving you details in this afternoon's press conference on the items that were discussed a while ago, with the President himself presiding the 5th NTF-ELCAC meeting. So the 6 items that were enumerated by our Secretary, NSA Año, was already shared with you, and we will just be discussing this along the way as we progress in our briefing. Thank you.
Thank you. Secretary Galvez.
Good afternoon, everybody, to our media friends. On the part of the UPAPRO is in charge on the local peace engagement track of the NTF-ELCAC. At the same time, we are now monitoring on the development of the Amnesty. For PAPRO, we are recommending to the President and to the NTF-ELCAC that we need to really comprehensively made a transformation roadmap wherein this will delve more on the combatants, their families, and the communities, including the barangays and the provinces. As of this moment, the OPAPRO is concentrating on the localization of the transformation roadmap. We will be visiting 56 provinces. We have already visited 26. Yesterday, we visited Agusan del Sur. And this coming April 12, we will visit more or less South or North Cotabato. We will be ready for any questions pertaining to different aspects of the NTF-ELCAC.
Okay. The floor is open. Any questions from the media? Alexis Romero, Philippine Star. Microphone, please.
Secretary Galvez, any update on the policy of the Marcos administration to pursue the peace negotiations with the NDF?
The consultation is still ongoing. We have visited most of the camps, and also we visited some of the provinces. We have already visited Western Mindanao Command. We have also visited Northern Luzon Command, and also Southern Luzon Command. We also have good discussions with the different commanders of the Philippine Army. And we're getting some positive feedbacks. But for now, I cannot discuss all the details because the talks is still some sort of ongoing.
So when will you conduct at least the informal talks, the next informal talks?
So we are still waiting for the decision of the president. But for now, we are on the process of consulting, including the CSOs and also the religious sector.
What particular matters were consulted? Ano yung pinag-uusapan sa consultations?
The consultation is to gain some constituency on the peace process. What will be their comments pertaining on the process? What will be the details of the framework, and also some of the meat of the final peace agreement. But for now, I cannot discuss these things because I'm still waiting for the guidance of the security cluster.
Thank you. Chona Yu, People's Journal.
Sir, do you have figures kung ilang members ng CPP, NPA, NDF ang target na bigyan ng amnestia, and sino yung mga high profile na under review ngayon yung amnesty nila?
Before I turn the mic to Secretary Galvez, una-una, binigyan na ng ating go signal ng ating presidente na i-finalize yung IRR para magsimula na. And initially, mayroon ng 1,500 applicants from the CPP, NPA. Yun ay ipoprocess kapag ma-finalize na yung IRR. Sa other details, I'll give the floor to Secretary Galvez.
So as of this moment, yung ating National Amnesty Commission, ino-organize na natin yung tinatawag na Local Amnesty Board. Ito yung more or less 17 local amnesty board in different regions. Ito yung poproseso at mag-assess kung either yung ina-apply na amnesty will be eligible or not. Sa ngayon, ang nakita namin, we are expecting more or less 1,500 from the CPP-NPA. And I believe it will increase in case na magkaroon na tayo ng tinatawag natin na proseso.
Okay, Harley Valbuena, DZME.
Hello, good afternoon po. Sirs, now that the government is shifting its focus from internal security to external defense, so how long will it take until we can fully claim our victory against communist insurgency so that we can join in refocusing our forces to external security?
First of all, ang ating NTF-ELCAC roadmap is up to 2028. So, kahit na nagta-transition yung ating armed forces from internal to external, marami pa ring role ang armed forces dito. Particularly, ang ating goal is to dismantle the 11 weekend guerrilla fronts up to the end of the year. And this will also include dismantling 26 vertical units and party organs within the 27 sub-regional committees and 14 regional party committees. So the PNP and the armed forces will work closer because some areas na cleared na will have to be handled by the Philippine National Police as the armed forces transition into the external defense mode. But there will always be tasking for the armed forces of the Philippines all the way because it's part of the NTF-ELCAC. So I'll give the floor to our Chief of Staff, General Romeo Browner.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. So, on the part of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, we have set our deadlines for our units on the ground to dismantle the remaining weekend guerrilla fronts, to address the vertical units of the New People's Army, and also to continue to dismantle the regional party committees and the sub-regional committees. No? So, nagbigay tayo ng mga targets sa mga units natin. Kaya't kung mapapansin po ninyo, ay halos every day ay nagkakaroon po tayo ng mga armed encounters. No? Not just between the armed forces of the Philippines and the members of the New People's Army, but also with the local terrorist groups. So, we launched an expansive and intensive military operations against all of these threat groups.
So, kapag dumating na po tayo sa point na we have already ended the communist insurgency, so we can now say that we can consolidate all our forces to external defense?
Yes, that is correct. But even now, as we are fighting the internal security threats in our country, we are also slowly shifting already to territorial defense. That is why you will notice that the modernization program of the Armed Forces of the Philippines is very ambitious. So we have made sure that we will be able to achieve a level of modernization for the Armed Forces of the Philippines that will be able to at least deter attacks to our country, to our territory, and achieve a certain level of defensive posture against any threats that will be coming from outside.
Joyce Balancho, ABS-CBN.
Vice President Sara Duterte, as the co-vice chair, was she present during the Execo meeting? I'm just curious how the discussion went, because before she gave a statement urging the president to stop giving amnesty to communist rebels.
Yes, she attended the NTF-ELCAC meeting this afternoon, and she's supportive to the president. And there was a very good discussion, particularly on the proposed roadmap and some actions that were have to be taken. So all along the meeting, ay andun si Vice President. Yeah.
I believe yung sa against sa amnesty, we already explained to the Congress and Senate that the amnesty, kasi hindi lang siya, kasi pati yung mga senador at saka yung mga congressmen before, they don't want to have that amnesty to the rebels. But we explained to them that those be subjected to the amnesty are those more or less 40,000 CPP NPA that have already surrendered. Doesn't include yung mga nakakulong, at the same time yung mga nandun pa sa taas. Ibig sabihin yung amnesty is only involving those who already taking cognizance of their situation, and they went back to the folds of the law already. And ang karamihan po dito, may mga iba po na mayroong mga warrant of arrest, and yung iba nakakulong.
Julie Aurelio, Philippine Daily Inquirer.
First, just to clarify on that, the Proclamation 404 concurred by Congress said that those covered by the amnesty are former members of
Yes.
CUP-NPA. And what Secretary Anyo earlier said was the immediate amnesty was for remaining members of the CPP-NPA. Is this going to be under that same proclamation, or is this a new proclamation na?
I believe yung aming discussion with the Senate and the Congress, they understand that those who will be giving the amnesty is only for the 40,000 surrenders. Those who are still in the mountains, ang ano po natin yan is the Amnesty Commission will determine now if there will be kasi ang natin yan, the National Amnesty Commission will be given the privilege to adjudicate based on the proclamations given by the President.
Ito yung 1,500, sir. That you
Yes.
said you were expecting. Okay.
It might increase pa. Initial pa lang yung applicants ngayon, kasi ang ano natin is basically gusto ng iba. Alam mo naman yung Pilipino, titingnan muna nila kung maganda. Pagka once na nakita nila na it become favorable to them, many will apply.
So, to sum it up, para bang the immediate amnesty for the remaining members is parang expanded coverage of the amnesty program?
Yes, it might, but definitely ang coverage ngayon for the meantime is those who really surrendered and
Thank you, sir.
go back to the folds of the law.
Alvin Baltasar, Raja Pilipinas.
Secretary Anyo, magandang hapon po. Today po ba, ilan na lang po yung strong force ng CPP-NPA?
As of the latest report of NICA, ito na yung tinatawag natin validated figures. There are about 1,576 remaining NPAs and 1,406 firearms.
Kasama doon sa amnesty, kasama sa package, sir, yung automatic surrender nila yung mga armas sila.
Well, first we have this e-clip program. Bago naman yan mag-avail ng amnesty, dadaan yan sa e-clip program. May remuneration din yung firearms. So, may mga surrenderies tayo na may firearms, merong wala. Ina-accommodate natin yan. So, mayroon naman tayong e-clip committee. So, lahat naman yan ay dadaan, pati validation. But, sa conference kanina, ay pinaghahanda na rin natin yung particularly DILG and DND na i-anticipate natin na magkakaroon tayo ng mga surrenderies within the coming weeks and months, and we expect na ito 1,576 ay pwedeng posibleng maging surrenderies.
Sir, ihabol ka na lang po. Sir, napag-usapan din ba sa meeting yung posibleng magkaroon ng intensyon yung mga magbabalik loob na maging part sila o maging integrity sila later on?
Maging
Integrity?
wala yan sa mga pinag-uusapan. Pero yan, may mga programs tayo dyan na existing naman. Meron tayong mga, like for example, with the MNLF before, naging increase yung CPLA napasok sa armed forces. So hindi yan nagtatapos lang dyan. Ang sabi nga natin ang objective natin is transformation of these people to become productive citizens of our country.
Raquel Bayan, Radyo Pilipinas.
To Secretary Galvez po, I know you mentioned kanina, nasa process pa po tayo ng pag-aayos ng pagbibigay ng amnesty. Pero sir, can we expect na within the year po makakapag-grant na po tayo?
Definitely. Sa ngayon lang kasi yung first semester natin, more on admin natin, yung administration at saka yung pagbubuo ng local amnesty board. And karamihan po ng ating mga commissioners, napupunta po sila sa different areas in order to conduct yung information and education campaign. So for now, ang nakita namin yung first semester is more on admin. And then hopefully by the third quarter and fourth quarter, nandun na po yung mga tatawag natin na submission of the amnesty application. Kaya po yung hiningi po namin kaya sa ating mahal na presidente is 2 years kasi yung 1 year natin na nangyari noon previous administration nag-lapse po doon pa lang sa reorganization. But we are so happy that we are given in 2 years. At least yung last year namin na reorganization, mayroon pa kaming at least 6 months pa for preparation of the IRR. For the IRR, nire-review na po ng National Amnesty Commission. Naka-prepared na po yun actually. Ginagawa lang po natin is binebet na lang po natin sa mga concerned agencies.
Sorry, if I may add. If I may add to the reply of the Secretary Galvez, part of the preparation also for the implementation of the amnesty program is the evolution of our halfway houses into peace centers. Diba? If you may recall, yung ating mga halfway houses, it is the facility kung saan nade-radicalize, natitrain, and nape-prepare yung mga FRs natin to go back to the mainstream society. So, with its evolution to peace centers, kasama rin yan sa and approved ng ating Pangulo during the last executive committee meeting, and we are already in the process of evolving these halfway houses to peace centers. So when the time comes na full-blown na yung ating implementation ng mga peace centers, we would expect that there would be a peace center at least in every province. So it would facilitate the implementation of the peace amnesty program.
Okay. Jean, sorry.
Sir,
Go ahead.
hingi lang po ako ng update. Last year po, the Philippine government signed a joint communique with NTF-ELCAC. 3 months or 4 months after the signing po, ano na po kayo ng mga nakita nating improvement on ground?
Sa ngayon, natin na nagkakabibuild tayo ng constituency, isa na yung tinatawag natin na including sa international diplomacy, na we wanted to implore na kailangan natin talagang tapusin yung to end this armed conflict, because yung nga sinasabi ni Presidente na there will be no winner. So for us, I think the building of constitution, including yung ating member ng religious sector, we wanted to convey yung tinatawag nating public diplomacy that the use of armed struggle is already anathema to our society. We can solve a lot of issues peacefully. Yun ang namin, binibuild namin. And I believe we would like to convince the other side also that it's better to talk rather than to wage yung armed struggle.
Okay. Jean Mangaluz, Inquirer.net.
Good afternoon. Can you please elaborate on what the difference would be between the halfway house and the peace center?
Kaya yung halfway houses natin kasi dito dinadala yung ating mga surrenderies for them to be processed under the ECLIP. So part of the process is to first interview them so that the halfway house, the center manager, would determine what particular interventions would be given to the FR. So DSWD is usually the center manager. Tapos meron din tayong mga TESDA dyan to provide training kung ano yung mga skills ng FRs natin. DOLE comes in also. Depending on the program that would be designed for a particular FR, dun ginagawa sa halfway houses yan. But yun lang yung proseso from surrendering, de-radicalization, and preparation for them to go back to the mainstream society. So with the evolution to peace centers, parang one-stop shop na siya sa isang FR na nagbagong buhay. So all the processes that may be required of him or her to complete yung kanyang amnesty ay dun nagagawin sa mga peace centers. So at the moment, ang pilot na peace center na established na ay yun nandun sa Agusan del Norte. And there are 7 other provinces na ipapilot test ito with the aim of having at least 1 peace center per province.
Can I add on that? Actually, advanced na yung Agusan del Norte dahil kasi yung halfway house nila, we coordinated with NHA. Yung mga tinatawag, ang tawag namin kasi Friends Rescued yung ating mga Friends Rescued, binigyan na ng houses ng NHA. In fact, ang ano lang namin ngayon, ang aming ginagawa ngayon, we engage more on sa convergence with agriculture kasi nakikita namin agriculture will play Department of Agriculture will play a very important role because yun ang tinatawag namin yung long term for the DSWD, DOLE, yung tupad at saka yung natin yung TESDA, these are transitional tinatawag naming bridging program for 3 to 4 years time. But basically ang ating livelihood sa ating mga kababayan, lalo na yung mga rebel returnees natin, we interviewed them. Karamihan sa kanila talagang based on agriculture and fisheries. So ngayon, meron tayong convergence sa DA, malaki ang ma-dedicate natin, and I believe magandang may report natin later na the DA is now engaging the provincial governors na talagang binibigyan na nila na at least yung possible long-term livelihood at saka yung employment yung ating mga FRs.
Do you see the eventual integration of the NTF-ELCAC to the National Maritime Council?
The National Maritime Council has different function and mandate.
Okay, we have a question from Ann Soberano, Bomborajo.
Sec, good afternoon. Secretary Anyo. Sir, may cabinet meeting po kahapon. May specific instruction po ba or directive si Pangulong Marcos regarding po sa issue sa West Philippine Sea? At ang tanong ko po, pangalawa is, nag-usap po kayo recently with your US counterpart na si Sullivan. Ano po yung assurance niya sa Philippines regarding po sa kinakaharap nating hamon sa West Philippine Sea? Thank you po.
Well, first of all, yung cabinet meeting kahapon is not about West Philippine Sea or geopolitical issues, but it's more on the economic sector, particularly on the economic outlook for 2024 and beyond. So, hindi yan ang pag-usapan. Then, secondly, yung telephone conversation namin ng counterpart ko si NSA Jake Sullivan is actually in preparation for the bilateral meeting of President Marcos and President Biden on April 11, and also the trilateral meeting among Prime Minister Quezada, President Biden, and President Marcos also on April 11. And of course, NSA Jake Sullivan, on behalf of the U.S. government, assured us of the ironclad commitment of their government to help and support us, especially if, for example, if there is going to be a need for the activation of the MDT. So nag-assure lang sila The rest ay cordialities na lang.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
This concludes our press briefing. Thank you, Secretary Año, Secretary Galvez, Undersecretary Torres, and General Bronner. Maraming salamat, Malacanang Press Corps. Good afternoon.